Our next guest is ready to go. George Holcomb is here, and I'm glad to have you on the show. I don't know
Nice
that
to be
you've
here.
been on here before, but we're glad to have you.
You're
Well,
here now.
You're here now, and that's what matters.
We love
Yeah, I
first.
wasn't real sure about that. So
Let me see. Let me pinch you there. No.
And you're here to talk about what today?
I'm here for the Fuller Center on Housing. It's an international organization.
Okay.
It's all over the world, and there are hundreds of chapters in the United States. Some of them are doing enormous things, building thousands of homes. There's a Fuller Center group in Haiti still building, and there'll probably be a big Fuller presence in Japan as they
I bet.
clean
Oh, yeah,
up that
yeah.
mess. Our local Fuller Center has been in operation for a little over a year now, and we've decided not to do super ambitious things until we get our feet under us. So our focus has been on helping people do repairs to owner-occupied homes, repairs that they're maybe unable to do for themselves, unable to pay for. We've done a lot, we've had a lot of contact with older people who've been in their houses for years and years and years. Things are starting to fall apart,
Right.
and they're having
Yeah.
trouble keeping up with it. We also got out and did a couple work days at the Rock Creek Bible Camp out by Western Grove. We're covering a 4-county area, but we're slowly. We haven't done many projects out of the immediate Harrison area to this point.
So it's a volunteer organization.
It is. It's all volunteer. We don't have any employees. We don't have anybody. We keep our own books and records, and mainly what we get from the larger Fuller organization is moral support, advice, and I think they're pleased with the fact that we're not biting off more than we can chew at this point. But we're going to keep working with it.
Well, has the community been good to volunteer materials?
Really our problem, the reason I'm on here is to try to find clients because.
Oh,
Really?
Oh, yeah, people have been great about materials. Entergy has been a big supporter of this effort, and they've helped us get weatherization materials and get some of those things put together. And the response from volunteers who want to go out and do this work has really been encouraging. A lot of people, a lot of these folks have gone on a couple of these little missions, and they come back and say, "Why aren't you getting us more work?"
Right.
So at the moment, we're really our biggest concentration is on doing wheelchair ramps for people with limited mobility, and doing weatherization.
Okay.
Just installing insulation and caulking windows and some basic things. But we could be persuaded to do some painting and some cleaning up. So
So you have a certain amount of work that you can do, and it reaches a little bit further out than just doing the ramps and winterizations.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anybody has questions about it or has a project or knows somebody, see, most people are not going to admit, I need that
help.
kind of help. But you know somebody. If you have a
Right.
Yeah.
relative or a
Right,
neighbor
absolutely.
or a friend who
So you're looking for those people.
you bet
You
we
need to
are.
raise awareness, obviously,
Absolutely.
that
That's what
that this
yeah.
organization is
Yeah,
available.
that's why I'm here. I'm here not so much to sell this as to make people aware that this help is there. And
Certainly, there are people out there in need, and it's nothing to be ashamed of. People need help now and then. So
every one of us needs help at some
Absolutely.
point.
Is there an age requirement?
No,
Is
there
there
isn't.
an economic requirement? Or
We will ask questions. We don't want to go out and
Right.
do a lot of work for somebody who could have
Yeah.
Right.
done it, had it done themselves.
I need a roof over my hot tub. Can you guys do that for me?
And for you, I'll make a special deal. But we don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
By the way, the Peel Ferry,
oh, what?
Yeah, tell us about
no
that.
charge.
No
Okay.
fees. Okay.
It goes
Thank
from, basically it goes from Peel to a very similar area across the lake. You're
Okay.
out in the middle of, I hate to say this, people in Peel will ride in, but kind of in the middle of nowhere. But it's beautiful.
Well, that's why they're there,
Okay.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what a valuable source of
Well,
information.
I just thought, I wanted
Can
you
you-
to know that.
Thank you.
You'll be our resident information.
Well, I happened to have gone there. When my son was small, he loved to go on the Peel Ferry, so we'd go up there and do that.
That's cool then.
It's
Yeah,
standard
one of the
crowd.
last thing to do, yeah.
What do people need to do if they know someone that could benefit from this, or if they themselves can benefit?
Well, I'm going to be real simple-minded about this
Okay.
and say, call me. You
Right.
know,
Okay.
there's a very active board associated with the Fuller Center. We have some very smart people, and when I get a call, I'll make a note, and we'll talk about it and get somebody out to look at the situation.
So we need people to ring your phone.
Absolutely, yeah. Just call me at work. I work for City Housing,
Right.
741-8673.
Okay.
And you can call there anytime we're open and leave a message for me, and
Okay.
we'll work on it. We want to do this work. It's good for the community. You know, when a place gets run down, it's hard to bring it back up. And you're a lot better off if you can kind
Keep
of
it
catch
up,
it
aren't you?
before
Right,
it goes
right, right.
goes completely downhill. And people tend to put that sort of thing off because they don't want to bother anybody, and they don't want to ask for help, and they don't
Right.
want charity. Well, it's really not charity. We're just here to help one another, and this is one way we can do
Well,
it.
you have the
Community helping
resources in
community.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have the
exactly.
resources in place, and you just needed some clients. And I would imagine that there's people out there that this may not help them, but they know a neighbor or a relative or
Right.
someone that is in desperate need of this. And this is
Absolutely.
a great place to start, is to call you.
Yeah, just call me. We can talk about it. You know, if you've got a neighbor or your grandmother or your aunt or your sister or whoever has some needs that you're aware of that they maybe have been minimizing,
Right.
then give me a call. We'll talk about how to approach them and
Okay.
how to put it together.
Okay. And your number again is up on the screen there. I'll throw it up there in a minute. You can just.
I'll
it's
just
there.
say it. 741-8673.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. George, thanks a lot for
thank you.
coming by.
That's-
Well, it's my
It's a
pleasure.
great resource. Now, you told us about the ferry. Can you tell us how they make those holes in the jeans?
Yeah, it happens when you're making arrowheads, and when the
Somebody's been
flints-
yeah.
You know, then that's why these jeans are over $100, because all the work
Well,
that goes
these
into
weren't.
each
Well, sure.
individual one. Oh, okay.
So there.
I mean, that doesn't just happen. Those don't grow on trees.
That's true. That's true.
Well,
I hope that that's alleviated your
Probably not. I've got other questions I've got to ask.
curiosity.
look, if your mind is troubled, give me a call.
Okay.
You got my number.
George, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
I'd like to come back sometime and
I
tell
want
you
you
how
to. We
do.
want
That'd
you
be
to.
great.
Maybe this will spur
We
some
would love for
interest.
you to be able to get to where you come back and say, I need some more volunteers, because we have people that are in need
Absolutely.
and they have let us know.
Absolutely.
So,
But I will tell you, we have volunteers just champing at the
Good.
bit. Get us
Good.
some work there.
Okay,
All right.
good. Well, you've heard it
Wonderful.
here, and get on the phone and help your neighbors out. Thanks, George.
thank you.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to be kite flying next. We're going to be talking with Linda Rogers about the Eureka Springs Kite Festival that's coming up. We'll be talking with her, and she's got some kites to show.
All right.
Stay with us.
So,